Hi everyone, it's Shannon and welcome to the Cozy Christmas Cottage. I have 25 amazing Christmas crafts featuring products from Dollar Tree like Santa hats, mason jars, cookie cutters, jingle bells, and more. So I hope you'll stick around, get cozy, grab a cup of hot cocoa, sit back and enjoy these 25 Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs. Let's start with a few Santa hat themed Christmas crafts. Of course, you're going to grab some Santa hats from the Dollar Tree. I grabbed 5 of these. We're going to make a really simple banner. So depending on the size, you may need more of these. Of course, luckily, very affordable at only $1.25 each from the Dollar Tree. We're also going to grab out some larger size safety pins, flip your hats upside down, and then open up your safety pin and also the insides of your hats. On the sides, you'll see there are seams up the side, and that is where we're going to add our safety pins to connect these. So you need a pretty good size safety pin for this if you want these to be permanent. You can absolutely glue these together or grab out a needle and thread and sew these together as well. I kind of like the idea of the safety pin, so I can use these hats in later years to come for other projects, or if I want to wear it down the road, I can just pop one off and take it with me to a Christmas event. So here's our garland connected end to end, and now we need to add some string on both sides so that way we can hang it up. So I'm using some red and white baker's twine for this and a larger yarn needle, just kind of pulling it to the inside of the hat and then pulling the string right back out the other side, and using some longer string here so I can adjust the size once we get over to the mantle where I'm going to hang it. Then you could just add your garland onto your mantle or the front of a table. This would be cute on a banister or railing too. Just using those strings that we added to the sides to hold it tight. And I love this. It looks so cute as it is, but you could also use this in place of stockings and put little treats and gifts in there, or add a little bit of greenery to it to dress it up even more. A quick and easy Christmas DIY. We've all seen the tiny Dollar Tree Christmas trees, but now if you have a Dollar Tree Plus, they carry these larger ones for $5. A really great deal, but just like the little ones, they are pretty sparse and bare. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the bottoms off of these. We're not going to use those. We are actually going to put 2 of these together to make it twice as full. So all you have to do is fan out all of the greenery, push them to one side, and then take the flat sides that are now on top and put those together to make twice as full of a tree for only $10. Still a great deal. To attach these trees together, we're going to use some green pipe cleaner so it blends in. You're just going to twist them around the centers of both trees in a few spots up the middle there. And then once you fluff it out, all of the pipe cleaners just blend right into the green of the trees. And now we're going to make a new stand for these, since we are obviously put 2 together and one stand is not going to work. We have a metal bucket from Dollar Tree and some styrofoam. We're going to fill this bucket all the way up to the top to give us lots of security and bracing for our tree. It also helps to add a little bit of hot glue inside the bucket to make sure our styrofoam stays in place. Now, a larger bucket would be better for this, but I didn't have a bigger one. I had a big basket. I didn't want to fill it all the way up with styrofoam. So what we're going to do here is add our Dollar Tree bucket with styrofoam into this larger basket, and then use some bricks to help hold that up in the middle. It's also going to weigh it down so our tree doesn't slide from one side to the other or fall over. So then we can add our tree down into the center there, making sure to press down as much as we can, and the base of the tree branches are touching the basket. It also helps to add some material or a blanket to kind of help cover up the inner workings of the tree base. And now we can decorate our tree. I added some Christmas lights, obviously, onto this tree, and we're going to start pushing a lot of the branches down towards the bottom, and we're going to squeeze the top because we're going to add our Santa hat to the top of this Christmas tree as our Christmas tree topper. And then we're going to also use a unique item, actually a mop from Dollar Tree, to create our Santa beard. To attach this, we're going to take the plastic part and put it up underneath the hat, take 2 of the strings from the mop, and then just wrap it around to the back side and tie a couple knots to secure that in place. Now we need to make a nose for our Santa Claus. You can find these big pom-poms, or they call them snowballs, at Dollar Tree. And you'll just take this, stick it up underneath the hat, and kind of push it into the mop and the beard. You can also use a ornament from Dollar Tree. They're about the same size. Either one works. I decided to go with the ornament here. And we're just going to make sure that the plastic end of the ornament is the part that is tucked up under there, added some glue, and now you can see our Santa Claus, or our gnome, starting to take shape. Now our little Santa guy needs some mittens, so I grabbed a fleece scarf from Dollar Tree, and we're going to make a mitten shape. I used my hand as a template and just drew around it with a white marker, and then folded it over so I could cut 2 of these mittens out at one time, just using some scissors to cut along that line. And then we're going to take this over to our Christmas tree. But first, I found these great greenery picks on Amazon, and I'll link them down below for you, along with a lot of the other supplies that I'll be using in today's video to make it easier for you to find if you want to recreate any of these projects. But it just adds a lot more definition, texture, and it helps fill up some of those blank spots on our tree. I just literally tucked them in there, didn't glue them, didn't attach them. They tuck up in there and they stay for you. And then I just added the gloves, one on each side for our Santa Claus. And it really was that easy to make a giant Santa Claus, or gnome, if that's what you want to call it, Christmas tree. Very, very affordable, quick to do, and such a big statement, especially if you are a Santa Claus lover and collector or love gnomes. For this next Santa hat craft, we're also going to grab one of these wire circle frames from Dollar Tree, and we're going to create a Christmas card clip holder. So this is really fun and easy and makes the cutest way to display your Christmas cards. We're going to trace our Santa hat on a piece of foam board because obviously it likes to get really floppy, and we want our hat to stay standing up. So once we create a little insert for our hat, we're going to hot glue that in there and flop the little pom-pom ball over, and then attach that onto the top of our frame. And that's really going to just add a fun decorative touch to our frame. And then we can add our Christmas cards onto the front with the clips that are provided with the frame. So Christmas cards are just one idea for clipping on here, but you can also add your family photos on here as well. I had to share this little personal photo printer that I've had for about a year now. I'm obsessed with it. I use it all the time. I'll link it down below for you. If you want to create Christmas pictures to send out to friends and family without having to send it to the store, this is a great option. As you can see, you can also print full pages, or you can do a collage style and do smaller pictures like these. You can do bookmarks. I use these for my planner. So there's a lot of options you can create with this photo printer. And if you're needing something new to ask for Santa this year, that would be definitely one I would highly recommend. But look how cute this is. I love that you can just clip them on there and change them out year after year. Look at our little honey. She was so little last year, still a puppy. She's over a year old now and a lot bigger. So it's fun to look back at old pictures too. Now let's make a cookies for Santa plate with the same kind of idea, taking our Santa hat, and we're also going to insert one of those foam board inserts in there to help hold our hat up and flat. And literally the same way we attached it to the metal frame, we're going to add some hot glue and attach the front and the back side of the fur to the top of our plate. So I love using decals any chance I get because it just makes it look so nice and professional looking. So I am using some red vinyl to apply this decal onto the front of the plate. If you don't have a vinyl machine, grab out your paint pens and you can use your own style, your own font, your own decorations, and write cookies for Santa on your plate or any other message that you want. A cute way to set cookies out for Santa on Christmas Eve. Now we're going to make some fun Jingle Bell crafts, and I love the Dollar Tree has lots of different options, colors, sizes to choose from. So hit Dollar Tree before you hit anywhere else to check out their Jingle Bells for crafting. This is a great addition to add an embellishment to your pillows that you might already have. I think this is so fun. You just take some thread and a needle and add your little jingle bells to the corners of your pillows. It just adds a cute little touch, and obviously when you sit down you get that fun jingling sound. It gives you the feel of Christmas. It's a quick DIY and a good one to add to pillows that you already have to give them a fresh look. So this is a large plastic jingle bell from the Dollar Tree Plus section. As you can see, it was $3. It just reminded me of Rudolph's nose. We're gonna do a little bit of surgery to this guy. I did take a handsaw and sawed the top off because we're just gonna be using the bottom. It worked for the most part until I decided, you know what, I'm done sawing. I'm gonna come in with my tin snips here. These are another great item to keep on hand for cutting through thin wood and plastic. They're only $5 at Walmart. I'll link them down below for you. It's a great way to save your regular crafting scissors. We all know how important those are. So grab yourself some of these tin snips for these tougher to cut items like plastic. So we're going to use the bottom of this jingle bell for the Rudolph nose, but for the sign for the Rudolph, we're going to use one of these hanging shelves that you can also get at Dollar Tree, just the wood part from the inside. Taking some brown paint, going around the edges and of course the front, and letting that dry before we move on to the next step. And now that this is dry, we can take our jingle bell and just kind of place it on the bottom where we want it and use it as a guide as we take a pencil and then draw in 2 ovals above it. Those are going to be our Rudolph eyes. And then we can come in with some white chalk paint and paint within those pencil marks so we know exactly where our eyes are going to go. And then we can start adding our detail. This wired jute from Dollar Tree is what we're going to use for the antlers. I love this stuff. It is so nice that it just kind of stays in place for you, but you still get that jute and natural look. We're going to take this whole spool, fold it in half and fold it in half again, and then cut the loop at one end so we have 4 separate antlers coming off, 2 on each side. We're also going to take a pencil or a pen here and we're just going to wrap the wire around that to give us some squiggly, curly, cute antlers. Next, we're going to use our hot glue to then attach our antlers to the top of the sign. And then you can leave it like this, or I also grabbed some raffia from Dollar Tree, made a simple bow, and then added some more hot glue to the center there to kind of hide the knot and the glue and attach that up on the antlers. Then come back in with your hot glue, add some to that jingle bell, and attach that onto the bottom of the sign. Cute, cute reindeer, right? This was all using Dollar Tree supplies. I love when it all just works out and comes together, and this guy is adorable, right? We're going to use some jingle bells to embellish this countdown to Christmas sign, and the base of our sign is going to be this plastic cutting board from Dollar Tree. Go ahead, take some painter's tape and tape off the edges. There's kind of an inset in the middle that'll give you some guidelines there, and then come in with some chalkboard paint. I'll link this down in the description box below for you as well. Take a regular paintbrush and paint within those taped off lines. Let it dry after your first coat. Do a second coat. Let that dry really, really well, and then you can go ahead and remove your painter's tape. So this didn't leave a very clean line, so not a problem coming in with some hot glue and some Christmas rope and just hot gluing that around the edges. It cleans it up really nice for me and also gave me a really beautiful Christmas color and added touch. Come in with a white chalk marker here and at the bottom write days until Christmas, and then add a little extra dots and details if you want. We're going to embellish with these red jingle bells from Dollar Tree. We're going to tie those up onto the top of the handle and add a bow. One added embellishment are these wood snowflake shapes. We're just gonna hot glue that to the center of the bow right there. I like this countdown sign because the hole at the top of this cutting board allows you to then be able to hang this on the wall if you want, but also looks so cute in your kitchen, a fun place to have your Christmas countdown. And you can just use regular chalk to write down the numbers and erase daily as you count down the days until Christmas. Now let's make some cute crafts using cookie cutters. Grab one of these cute containers with lids from Dollar Tree in their glassware section and take the lid off. We're going to take a tape runner here and add some embellishment of ribbon around the top edge. And we're also going to add a little mini cookie cutter to the top to embellish it. Do you have a favorite Christmas cookie? Let me know what it is down in the comments below. Mine is definitely peanut butter cookies. So good, especially at Christmas time. You can also use washi tape here if you'd like to embellish this top edge, but that pop of red and white gingham just gives this such a pretty Christmas touch already. But we're gonna grab out some gel super glue here, add a touch to the top of the lid handle, and then put this mini cookie cutter right on top and let it sit and dry. I will also link these mini cookie cutters down in the description box below. You can find them on Amazon and they are fun to craft with. Now, you may not have a Cricut machine, but that doesn't mean you can't use their printable vinyl. I love this stuff. It's basically like paper. You just run it through your printer, and then you can use scissors to actually cut out your design. You don't necessarily need a Cricut machine to cut it out, but if you do have a Cricut machine, obviously that will make for perfectly cut lines too. So completely up to you how you want to do this. It basically just makes a smudge-free sticker for the front of this cute little jar. Of course, add your sprinkles or your Christmas desserts and goodies to the insides of these jars and adjust the label on the front to match whatever's inside. But how fun and cute is this, especially if you have a coffee bar, a Christmas hutch, someplace in your kitchen, just makes for a cute little addition. You can find these cute little miniature rolling pins at Hobby Lobby and on Amazon. I'll link some down below for you. I also got these buttons at Hobby Lobby as well. Half off. They were only $1.50, and they're going to be the cutest little mini cookie cutters for this mini rolling pin. I came in with some red chalk paint and painted the center of this rolling pin first and let that dry. We're going to also add a decal onto the front of this. Again, if you don't have a vinyl machine, go ahead, get your paint pens out and create your own design to the front that matches your own decor. How cute is this gingerbread bakery? So cute, so simple, but really dressed it up. We're gonna take those little gingerbread miniature cookie cutters from our Hobby Lobby button collection that I purchased and just super glue those right onto the sides. How darling is this? So cute to add to a tiered tray or a little vignette in the corner of your kitchen. Now we're making easy peasy garland using this Pom Pom Garland from Dollar Tree and some random Christmas cookie cutters that I had on hand. So easy. All you have to do is attach it to the front of your mantle, or I love the idea of this being on the front of one of your hutches in your kitchen. Or if you have a little space in your kitchen, like a little coffee bar or something, you can make a mini version of this. You just run your garland end to end, creating a little string, and then come in with some other string to tie the cookie cutters onto the pom-poms. Next, we're gonna use some cookie cutters to make some really simple but the cutest little ornaments using some air dry clay. I'll link the kind that I use down in the description box below. But sometimes you can find this at Dollar Tree, so keep an eye out. I like this stuff though. It seems to be really great quality. You're also going to need, of course, some cookie cutters and something to make holes in our ornaments so we can hang them. The trick to this is make sure your hands are really clean and your surface is really clean, because when you're working with white clay, it takes on every little speck of dirt and dust. So having a clean surface is going to ensure you have beautiful ornaments when we're done. We're basically doing just like you would cookies with cookie dough, except with clay. We're cutting out our shapes with our cookie cutters, removing all the excess, and then re-rolling this out over and over again until we have the desired amount of ornaments. Before these dry, you do want to take something pointy like the backside of this paintbrush and create holes in the tops of these ornaments before they dry. These do take about 24 hours to dry completely. I like to flip them halfway through so the back side gets dried as well as the front side, and then I like to flip them over the last hour so the front can continue drying the rest of the way before then coming in and decorating them. So I just used some regular red and white baker's twine to add some little hangers and bows to the front of these. Kept them very simple. You can also paint these. That's fun too. Now we're going to make some cute ornaments, but the cookie cutters themselves are going to be the ornaments, and we're going to use some washi tape to dress them up. I'm obsessed with washi tape, so as I say, anytime I get the chance, I absolutely do. You've seen it a couple times in this video already. We're going to take this washi tape and we're going to use a little bit of hot glue to add to our cookie cutter, place the washi tape in the glue, and then wrap the outside edge. It's going to give it a little bit more of a decorative touch. A touch of color too, and this is so easy to do. Once you get all the way around the outside of your ornament with the tape, go ahead, add some more hot glue to the other end so that the tails don't peel back up. Then we need to make a little loop on here so we can hang these as ornaments. Again, with my red and white baker's twine, I love this stuff, especially at Christmas time. Perfect for adding tags to gifts, loops for your ornaments, gift wrapping, all sorts of things, card making, so always have it on hand. And you just add a little bit of ribbon or string to your cookie cutters to then hang on your Christmas tree. Now I'm going to save you some time and some money creating some gifts in a jar, and luckily Dollar Tree has these great mason jars that you can use. They also have other smaller options too, so these kind of get fun as well depending on what you're going to add to the jar. I have some ideas for you though. The first one is to create a hot cocoa jar. So you can add the powder itself to the jar or add the packs of cocoa into the jar. And then an extra little embellishment that is fun to add are these hot cocoa sticks that you can find at Target. Even Dollar Tree has some fun options too. It just kind of adds a little extra gift on there and dresses it up instead of using a ribbon or a bow. So I did tie the baker's twine around the top and then added the lid to the top. You can also create a similar idea for coffee and tea lovers. So tea and maybe a honey spoon, and coffee with maybe a chocolate spoon would be cute too. Mason jars also make a great wrapping option for things that are smaller, like gift cards. You can take some decorative Christmas cardstock and use your gift card as kind of a guide of how big to make it. You just want it to be a little bit wider and obviously a little bit longer than twice the height of it as well, and just using a paper trimmer to cut it down to size. And I love these adhesive tape runners when working with paper crafts to create a little pocket around the edges. No glue, no goop. We're gonna just fold the other side over and make a cute little pocket for our gift card, and then add this into a mason jar, add some candies in there, add a little treat in there, maybe some crafting supplies in there if they're like crafting, and just kind of bulk up the gift idea of a gift card. Speaking of our crafting lovers out there, we're going to make a sewing gift set with a mason jar. You're going to take the lid off. You're going to need some stuffing. This was a pet bed I found at Dollar Tree for $1.25. I actually use it for the stuffing inside. And then we're going to take a little bit of some fabric and we're going to make a pin cushion out of the top of this mason jar. So hot gluing a little bit of the fabric around, not all the way, so we can then stuff that pet bed stuffing in there, and then gluing up the rest of the edges so it stays in place. Add a little bit of hot glue to the inside edge of our rim, and then flip that lid upside down or right side up and push it into the top of the lid, cutting off all the excess fabric, and we have a nice integrated pin cushion at the top. And then of course the inside of your mason jar you can fill with some crafting supplies, some sewing supplies. You can find these travel kits at Dollar Tree. They have needles and a thimble and a little ruler and some thread. The perfect little addition to throw into the mason jar. Also, those cute miniature scissors fit perfect too. And for more of the artsy people in your life, you can find these decorative lids at Dollar Tree that you twist on and you can use for flowers, which is another great gift idea. But you can also use them for things like colored pencils and pens. You just stick them into the wire mesh on the top. This would be a great gift to give in the addition of a sketchbook or an adult coloring book. You can also put things in here like paintbrushes as well, and maybe pair it with a watercolor paint set. So lots of ideas here and a cute way to gift a unique item. And then I love that Crafter's Square has lots of smaller sized and smaller scale crafting supplies like glitter, rulers, punches, washi tape, things that fit right down on the inside of these mason jars that then you can give and kind of create a inspirational crafting set to give away. This is a cute little gift tag that I also made with a Dollar Tree cutting mat with my Cricut machine, so that was cute too. And just even for little ones, this would be a cute thing to give to anyone of all ages, really, that is creative. And speaking of little ones, grab some Play-Doh, and they also have some awesome dough cutting sets that you get from Dollar Tree. We're gonna make a fun little set for a kiddo. You're gonna take your Play-Doh right out of the container, kind of smush it down so it'll fit down inside your jar. And then these Play-Doh cutting sets have some really cool tools in there. I kind of had to pick and choose which one would fit inside this jar, but you could also just tie the whole entire pack onto the jar if you wanted to. This one was super fun and cool, so I picked that one and put that down inside. And then the rolling pin I also just tied onto the side and the lid, so I also could include that instead of using a bow or a tag. Just kind of a nice little addition that didn't necessarily fit down inside the jar. All these supplies are also from Dollar Tree. These make the cutest little spa set. You can add some nail polish in there. I also put some tissue paper in the bottom to dress it up a little bit. And then if you buy these bigger kits that have a emery board and different nail tools, just open it up and then you can tuck them down inside. I also took one of these butterflies and I punched a hole in the corner so I could also hang this off the side. I really think the addition of hanging something off the side of your mason jars really gives it that added extra special touch. Now let's make some fun candle crafts. You can find these mason jar style candles at Dollar Tree. Some of them actually smell really good. Give them a try before you gift them because some of them are questionable. But we're going to dress this up for Christmas using some scrapbook paper, flipping the lid upside down, drawing the outline, and then using our scissors to cut around the edges so we give our lid of this candle a little bit of a Christmas touch, using some stick glue to put this right on top here. We're also going to take some more washi tape, my favorite, and add that extra special touch around the edge as well, using some hot glue to help it stay in place. Dollar Tree truly has the best selection of candles at the best prices. So many different options, including LED candles. Love these. I just showed you the mason jar candles, but we're going to make sort of a tea light birch candle holder with the help of a weird item here, pool noodles. So we're going to take our pool noodle and we're going to cut it down to 3 different sizes so they have a tiered effect. And then we're going to take some paint and paint the tops of these pool noodles. We want these to look like birch logs in the end, so we really need to cover up the color that's on the top, but you don't have to paint the sides because we're going to add something to those here in just a second. So here are the tops of our 3 pool noodles all painted, and we're going to add some of this birch log scrapbook paper. I found this at Hobby Lobby, but you can also Google search birch log scrapbook paper and some will pop up, and you can even use your own printer to print some off and save you a trip. We're just wrapping the pool noodles with the paper and using some tape to keep it on. Add some tea lights from Dollar Tree to the top, and we have a cute, fancy looking candle holder. We're going to be using these glass pillar candles for this next project. You can pick whatever color you want. We're going to be using red, obviously great for Christmas time. So I have 3 here. We're also going to need some of these poster stickers that you can find from Dollar Tree, and also some ribbon and some scissors. These candles do come with a plastic coating on them, so just cut that off and they come right off, and it gives you more of a clean slate to work with. We're going to take that ribbon and use that to decorate the bottoms of these candles. You could also use scrapbook paper instead of ribbon if you wanted to. We're going to do this to all 3 candles, and then we're going to be using those poster stickers to write the word joy out, and just using obviously JOY here onto the center of the candles. But if you want a different word, you can obviously do that. You just need 1 candle per letter depending on the word that you choose. Now back to the mason jars for a craft this time. We're also going to be using a cookie cutter again, but this time we're going to make a candle holder. So you need a smaller sized cookie cutter that is not too big, that is going to be too big for your mason jar. You're also going to need some contact paper. You can also find this at Dollar Tree. And we're basically making a sticker to go on the front of this mason jar using the cookie cutter as a template. So just trace around your cookie cutter and then cut out the line that you've traced. Peel the paper backing off, and then you're going to put that right in the middle of your mason jar. And then we can add our paint. So this is just some white chalk paint, very carefully going over that sticker, trying not to get any of the paint underneath the sticker. And then go ahead and paint the rest of your mason jar completely white. Let that dry, do a second coat, and then once that second coat is dry, you can then remove the sticker. So this is definitely the fun part, taking off the sticker to reveal the little window that it leaves behind. We're going to make a floating candle holder here. So now we can add some water to our mason jar and then a cute little floating candle inside. So this is so pretty, simple, and very elegant looking, but get creative here. Use whatever colors match your decor, whatever shape matches your decor. Get creative and make this one your own. This next candle holder is really easy to do and also very elegant as well. We're going to take some Mod Podge and put a generous coating on the entire outside of the mason jar. And in this dish, I actually have Epsom salt from Dollar Tree. We are just going to pack that into the glue and kind of shake off any of the excess. Let this sit for about 2 hours to make sure our Mod Podge is good and dry. You can also come over the top of this and put more Mod Podge if you want to really seal it in so you don't have too much shedding. But look how pretty this is. It gives you that frosty look like it's been sitting out in the snow, and then you can embellish it once it's dry with however you want. Ribbon, berries, some greenery, some jute. Again, make this one your own. This one I added some greenery and some berries and some jute just tied around the top with the help of a little bit of hot glue here and there. And like I said, this just turns out to be such an elegant look. You can line these up down a mantle. You can group them. Obviously, looks really pretty with our last project. And that floating candle holder that we made. Beautiful, beautiful, but super easy and affordable. Now grab one of these pillar candles from Dollar Tree and also some wax paper. And then you're going to need either some paper napkins or these tissues that I got from Hobby Lobby. We are going to apply the tissues to this candle to give it a beautiful candle Christmas print. So you're going to take whatever your paper napkin or your tissue and peel it apart if it has multiple layers. We just want the decorative printed paper for this project. Then we're going to take that and cut it down to size, just using our candle as a guide and making sure that the print wraps all the way around the candle. Now it's time to pull out that wax paper. We're going to cut a section off, and then we're actually going to cut this down a little bit more just to make it a little bit more easy to work with. So a little bit larger than the size of your candle. Take your tissue or your napkin, rewrap your candle, and then wrap that in the tissue or in the wax paper. You want the shiny side, the waxy side of the wax paper facing the candle side. Then take a heat gun or a hair dryer and go around the edges of your candle, and what happens is the wax will actually melt on the candle, and the tissue or your napkin or your tissue paper will just melt right into the candle and stay for you. So it all becomes one piece, and it is just a really fun DIY to do, and it also turns out really pretty too. If you made it to the end of this video, leave me a Christmas tree emoji down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up button, and head over. I have more Christmas crafts popping up on your screen. Click one of those and I will see you over there. Thanks for watching. Have a very happy holiday.